All right, newsflash, ladies and gentlemen. The United States, we've kind of screwed ourselves. We've screwed ourselves in a lot of ways, all usually stemming from saving a couple dollars here and there, having chips manufactured in China that, leave open all sorts of security issues 10, 20, 30 years down the road. And we do that, and other big companies that aren't paying taxes and stuff like that are farming out the manufacturing of all these computer chips and all these things from China and North Korea all over the world. And until 5, 10 years ago, with the cell phone company and the tracking devices and the bugging and all the intelligence gathering information that was found on this one particular manufacturer's cell phones from China, that type stuff. We have allowed not only the Chinese to make integral parts of most of our day-to-day stuff, that one little tiny additive will open up a world of potential threats on not only our national security but our personal security, including computer chips and components to our infrastructure on the electric grids throughout our entire country and worldwide. Worldwide, China has very, very important, the most important control modules in nuclear power plants and stuff like that, which means if they were sinister enough, which, that's China, who says they didn't put something in each one of those chips to all of a sudden one day say, just turn off our electricity, shut down our internet, destroy our infrastructure with the flicks of switches, kill the nuclear program with the flicks of switches? Who's to say they didn't do that? Even though it was to save money on the development and, the highest bidder, the lowest bidder type of situation, it happened in cell phones. Why wouldn't it happen in the most important things in the structural operations of our country throughout history? So right now, today, we're looking at China, Russia, North Korea, Hungary, Cuba, all getting together. In the last couple of months, we've had Russia and China doing military operations on the Alaska, right off the Alaska coast. We've had 6 months earlier, we had Vladimir Putin flat out saying he doesn't agree with the sale of Alaska to the United States. He considers Alaska Russian territory. And then all of a sudden these joint missions, military missions that never happened before in the world, that partnership. And now it's happening all over the place. We have Russia and North Korea helping build the military, like missiles and stuff, that are being found in Ukrainian schoolyards. Those partnerships are in the works. This is already happening. We've had different countries all of a sudden have mass blackouts of cell phone services, electric grids, like mass across entire sections of the country, if not the whole country. And it went from one country to another. And it was, the story was Microsoft Windows updates and things like that. Think about it on the grand scale. These blackouts, these cellular problems, these computer problems, blocks and blocks and blocks of areas worldwide, different countries, one right after another. And now what's happening with Israel, with Iran? What has gone on in the last few years in this country, and as it affects worldwide conflicts and escalations and partnerships and things like that, we need to understand that if we connect the dots all the way straight back, it leads to something much, much deeper, much, much more sinister across the board. That does put us as a country and the world in some levels of danger. We need to be aware. We need to pay attention. We need to do what we can do. But we need to keep our heads straight, and we need to recognize we are in this together on both sides of the aisle, and however we got here, we are here, and we need to work together to get out of it. So we need to put aside the internal fighting that's going on in this country and start banding together like the United and United States of America actually says we should be in the first place. And we need to start living that. Because the division in this country makes us weaker. Doesn't have anything to do with politics. It just makes us weaker as a country. And now more than ever, we shouldn't be there. We need to be tighter as a country because the other stuff going on is more important than anything else. The election's going to happen. You vote how you vote. I'm kind of relieved how it's looking it's going to turn out. But we don't know until we're there. Because those same people who are starting trouble and banding up all over the world, those same dictators, have all been guests at the Republican nomination for the President of the United States. They were their personal guests. Vladimir Putin, Little Kim, President Xi, Viktor Orban, Cuba. All guests, very good friends and relationships with Donald J. Trump. That means something in all this. Not a political statement, a factual one. That means something. We got to look at this from the big picture. Because politics or no politics, yeah, it's all connected, 100%. And just remember what comes next with Iran sticking up for the terrorist groups and everything else, and now China and North Korea and Saudi Arabia trying to control the Red Sea and everything like that. There's a connection going right through the U.S. government. It's the Republican Party and Donald J. Trump. Directly. Across the board. Direct. And if you want to say that was a political statement, step back and look at who has visited Mar-a-Lago in the last 2 years. And who he has visited. Alright? Let's pay attention. Let's be diligent, stay educated, be kind. We are all in this together. And we cannot lose sight of the united part of the United States of America. Because no matter what we're fighting with politically, we need to fight together, not against each other, to help protect this country that we all love. God bless.